Alrighty, starting it up and things. I'm going to mute the stream so I don't copy myself. Though I suggest you listen to the stream for a second to tell me if my voice is too soft for this silliness. I mean, I'll just hear it myself. Though I suggest... No, that sounds like I'm loud enough. Hopefully I'll be loud enough. Whoever decides to start watching this with us will be able to tell us if I'm loud enough.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. So I can hear myself a little bit. A little feedback. So you know.
Yeah, I'll turn it down. So how about now?
Well, that seems good.
Okay. So let's load game. Reverend's house.
Yes. We are playing The Witcher, obviously, and we are continuing from where we left off last time, which is in the outskirts of Vizima, the capital of Temeria. We have followed, or not really followed, because there's, you know, the group of Witchers from Kaer Morhen all dispersed to the four corners of the world. So you just happen to go to Vizima because it's an area that you're very familiar with.
Or you used to be before you had amnesia.
Yes, you have amnesia.
People know you.
Which is actually an incredibly important part of this game and the second game too, in terms of plot and story. Yeah, he has some trouble sleeping. But the whole amnesia thing is very important plot-wise, but essentially it gives you a kind of a clean slate to decide who you want to be while still having some constraints, because obviously
You're in a
you
world
are
that has a history.
Yeah, the world has a history, you have a history, you have people that were friends with you in the past, people who knew you before, and yes, it is worth robbing his house because they don't mind if you rob them, actually. Oddly enough, they are totally fine with
Hey,
you.
you have this real valuable iron in your wardrobe. Can I have it? You haven't said no, so I'm going to take that as a yes.
Yeah. So, we have just gotten to Vizima, or the outskirts. Yeah, just got to the outskirts of Vizima, and we are in the Reverend's house, and he is one of the most respected. He's kind of like the leader of this little village outside. Yeah.
Yeah, like many people in medieval periods, the community leader was also the religious leader.
I'm looking for men who wear salamander-shaped pins.
That's not wise. Why? Vexing them may shorten your life.
Do I look scared?
I'm a witcher.
Another witcher came here before you. He too swaggered with audacity. And yet, do you see him? Not likely. He fled. He's not me.
All the folk tales
Do
about
not
witchers, and
sneer
the
at
only thing you're going to
Salamandra.
trust is the last one you
The
saw.
whole village fears them for a reason. You must convince us all.
Well, witchers are not
What can I do?
popular.
To me,
Well, no.
Destroy the
but
beast.
still.
as for the others,
They're known for being
visit
capable,
Odo,
that's
Mikkel,
at
and
least
Harald.
true.
Can you solve their problems too?
Are they elders of some sort?
Everyone knows and respects them. Odo's rich, Aaron a merchant, and Mikkel a city guard.
So all people
Gain
love
their
power.
trust, and you'll win the trust of the village.
We'll see.
Not people
Wait.
who respect, people of power.
They need to believe I sent you.
Well,
Show them this ring of the eternal
I mean, they
fire.
could have respect. But
they hold, I mean, they're holding positions that are generally,
the leadership positions of
Yeah.
a small community like this in the
I mean,
outskirts.
obviously, like, he's kind of the main leader, but there are a number of important individuals throughout. As he said, one of them is a merchant, and he's kind of like the center of trade for this particular area.
Which is extremely important because without
Yeah, I mean, it's
everyone would
a
be dead.
relatively poor area, as you can see, though the Reverend obviously actually has a lot of money, which I mean, you notice, like, in this area, like, the chapel is decently... I mean, it's not... It's modest, but it's fairly nice.
Well, you can see it's the tallest
His
building
house.
of the town.
Yeah, his house is relatively nice inside. The interior is relatively nice. And you'll notice throughout this area that there are a number of
Really leaky roof here.
houses for peasants and stuff that are bad and just like disheveled and terrible because it's not a particularly rich area. But he is not suffering. He's one of the leaders of the area. He has a lot of
where
power.
should we head? Down to the waterfront?
Why don't you check out your journal real quick, actually?
Just to see which
Because
one
you have a number of quests for hunting monsters. And one of them is for killing drowners. We got a few...
Drowner contracts.
Yes, the Drowner contract.
Can I
And
track it?
you can, but the most important thing is to figure out whether or not... Okay, so you notice the fact that they have the, like, stars. If it has a star next to it, that means that you can actively do something. And,
To improve it.
like, you can complete that quest. There's an objective for you to complete that you are able to. Like, you'll notice the ghoul contract does not have one of those. What that means is you do not know enough about ghouls to do it, because that requires an alchemical ingredient, the ghoul blood.
Yeah.
And
I
to
need
get
to know how
that-
to be able to get. Cool.
Right. And to do that, you have to read a book that will tell you about ghouls. And there are a number of books that you'll find throughout the world. You can buy them, and they
need to talk to
allow
you
you to, find new herbs, find new ingredients for monsters, and they also give you, under the monsters tab, a description of the monsters, their weaknesses, and their strengths as well, which can be very helpful. So because you can do this, you know about drowners, and that's because you picked that skill the last time you played. You should actually, because we're right in the area to complete it, so you should track that quest, and you'll go down to the waterfront and kill the drowners there. And this is perfect because it's at night, and drowners only show up at night. And so that's another thing, is that certain quests can only be completed at certain times of the day, because the monsters that you're hunting they don't exist. They don't come out of the water. So, drowners are a fast style kind of creature.
I had to learn that after trying all the other ones.
Yes. So you may ask why we are doing these random things and who cares about killing these drowners. But essentially, the purpose of this is you're trying to find information about Salamandra, the organization that attacked Kaer Morhen and killed Leo and stole the Witcher's secrets. And these Witcher's secrets that they stole are essentially the secrets behind mutation and how you mutate people and turn them into Witchers. And that's incredible.
Trade secret, first off.
Yes, and it's something that only like a powerful mage or sorceress would understand how to utilize, and obviously one of the guys who stole them was a Zerrikanian mage.
You'll soon be picking your teeth from the ground!
What's happening here?
What's your business with this dwarf?
We're shaving off his beard. What's it to you?
What? I don't think he would appreciate your shaving his beard.
Hands off human women, dwarf!
I don't know. I think we should say you better, you'd be better off moving along. Do you agree with that notion?
I would. I think they're assholes.
Yes, we're just, breaking his local customs because he
You'd be
doesn't
better
deserve to
off
have
moving
them.
along.
Love non-humans, do you?
Sheathe your weapon.
I'm a witcher.
And stop waving those arms around if you want to keep them.
Ooh, a live one! Get him, lads! Kill the deviant!
You
Not like he has
asked
a
for
giant
it.
sword and scars on his face showing previous battle experience. Gotta kill the first guy.
This is a good, like, when there are that many enemies, it is a good idea to use the group style.
I guess, yeah, it's just the fact that not
They'll park a carriage in your ass when I'm
Yeah.
done.
because the dwarf guy was fighting the other half. I didn't need to.
Right, sometimes if they're too far away, it
Thanks
won't
for
matter,
getting those
but it has
hands off
actually
my
a
back.
surprisingly good range on it.
Geralt! Is it you?
Hey, look who's
Well, I'll
back.
be
It's
damned.
Rybear.
Something wrong? You don't look well. Are you hurt?
I'll come back
True
to
to
the
a witcher. Died, came back to life. Nobody's seen him for 5 years, and he wants to know if something's wrong.
Who are you?
Yeah, drunk. I'm your pal, Zoltan Chiri. Where have you been? Why haven't I heard from you? What about...
Not sure I can explain much.
Ah, you don't need to tell Zoltan Chiri anything. Let's just say I'm glad to see you. Though it would be nice to resolve some matters.
You misunderstood. I lost my memory. I only remember the last few weeks.
So you're saying you don't remember
Know
the
what,
100
Geralt?
you owe me?
Let's have a beer and talk like we used to. Clear your mind and maybe some things will come back to you.
You look like something's bothering you.
Yes, a nasty matter. My friend was to meet me in this village some time ago, but he never appeared.
Think he might be in trouble?
I hope not. But I wouldn't be surprised if he were. He joined the Squirrels recently and agreed to trade with the Hawkers.
Squirrels and hawkers?
The Squirrels, or Scoia'tael as they call themselves, are non-humans who hope to gain equality by shooting folk from behind trees. And Hawkers are merchants who sell arms to the Scoia'tael, illegally.
I see.
Geralt, I'm not exactly welcome here. We non-humans get blamed for everything from the plague through the beast to the warts on the Reverend's arse. I'd look for my friend myself otherwise.
I'll keep my eyes peeled.
You know, you
Let you
wouldn't
know
be
if I
blamed
learn
for it if you
anything.
weren't the cause
Thank
of
you,
it.
my friend.
Yeah, that's definitely not true. But, yeah, it's, kind of your first introduction to both... You're meeting somebody from the past who knows you, but is, obviously you don't remember them, and neither does your character.
Yeah. And that's also a nice thing about just games in general is the concept of amnesia usually isn't introduced in an appropriate manner, nor is it an important aspect to the story, which kind of draws back from the fact that they use that to be able to explain why your character is relearning everything the same time you are.
Yeah.
But with this, it's actually the storyline.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not just the introduction
amne-
part, and then it forgets all about your amnesia and just you're a
Yeah.
badass anyway, so who wants to talk about that anymore?
Yes. Well, you should ask him about things. He will allow you to, by the way, get
Can you tell me
dice
more
in
about the
order to
squirrels?
play.
Oh, perfect.
They're non-human little shits who are fed romantic tales. They've taken up arms to fight for freedom and other ideals.
And all will get
During
shot
the
down.
war with Nilfgaard, Emir used them to wreak havoc in the kingdoms. I don't know who supports them now.
So, how are you doing?
You know me, my schemes. I hope to
I
start
don't
a
know you.
modest
We
business
already
in
went
Vizima,
over this.
bringing in goods from Mahakam. The Breckenrigs are pressuring me.
I specifically don't remember you.
Yeah.
The Breckenrigs. Who are they?
My future in-laws. I'm to wed Eudora Breckenrig soon. But my father-in-law-to-be puts too much stock in material things. The Common Cause mine, where I worked after the war, was a complete failure. I blame it on the bloody times.
So, how are you doing?
You know,
From Mahakam? Any profit in that?
I certainly hope so. I made some investments during the war. As they say, money needs to move.
Just so long it doesn't run away.
Geralt,
I need to go, Zol.